Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Probably one of the most mysterious yet interesting characters in the game of Bloodborne. Eileen has been doing this for so long, nobody knows how long she's been hunting hunters in the Hunter's Dreams. And that was basically her main job in the game, is to find hunters that's gone crazy during the Scourge. In a way, she's a lot like the character you play in the game. She also comes from a foreign land, and she just does it night after night after night. But my main view in this video is to show old and new Bloodborne players how to complete Eileen the Crow's complete questline, because it's quite worth it. She's a very special character and you can't help but feel sorry for her. So join me as we complete Eileen the Crow's questline. Now, as you can see, I'm starting off the game as if you're starting off a new playthrough. I'm already wearing Eileen the Crow's outfit and all her stuff, but I'll get to that on how you can obtain this. It's quite funny, if you kill her at any moment in the game without completing the whole quest line, you won't get access to her clothing set or the gestures that she drops, or even the Carol Ruin that she gives to you. So follow this guideline and you can complete the whole quest line and get all the very cool stuff that Eileen's character has. But like I was saying, I'm playing this game from the beginning, so there's no steps that can be missed. Follow this and I'll show you exactly where to find her every single time, and complete a little side quest as well. It is kind of interesting how she's linked with Henrik the Hunter, Father Gascoigne, and the very end, the Crow of Cainest. I mean, probably one of the toughest NPCs you'll ever find in one of these games. But I'll get to that later. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're going to reach the point now where you see Eileen for the very first time. As you drop down through this window, you'll see there's a little opening behind those barrels. Just go through there, walk up to her, do not attack her, and start talking to her. This will activate and begin her quest line. Exhaust the conversation until she asks you to leave.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter. Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now. Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts? No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves. What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
Right, and from here we're going to move on to one of the first boss fights that we have to complete in this whole quest line. I mean, this takes place during the whole quest of the game, so you're going to have a couple of boss fights, but I have included those. There are separate videos on the channels if you are struggling with these bosses, in which I can try and help you to defeat them very quickly. But yes, we are moving on to the very first boss, Father Gascoigne. Interesting boss. I also included the cutscenes from these characters. I think it just makes it more interesting. Eileen's character just does look good. I mean, her whole attire, that wooden mask. If you know a little bit about history, you'll know those surgeons during the Black Death used to wear masks similar to the one that Eileen is wearing, and you know, they used to put stuff inside the mask to take out the putrid smell that was in the air. So this is kind of modeled on that. But yeah, let's watch Father Gascoigne do his thing, and we'll move on from there.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Just keep your eye on his attacks. You can give him a couple of visceral attacks, and then he's pretty easy to defeat this way. Right, we are done with Father Gascoigne. We're going to move on to Oedon Chapel. Remember to light this lantern, because it's you're going to come back to this part later in the game for the rest of this quest line. We're going to move up to the Cathedral Ward, light the lantern, and continue from there. It is a fact, after all these years, this game still looks so good. So good. I can't wait for the remaster of this. Over there we see the Dweller, or the guy in red. But he's not part of this whole this quest line. Light the lantern over here and then go to the Hunter's Dream to set in motion another thing that's very important. You're going to have to buy the Hunter's Chief emblem from the Bath Messengers. Now this will open up the main gate that heads to the courtyard, that heads to Vicar Amelia. There's a different way that you can open that gate without purchasing the Hunter's Chief emblem, but in this video I'm going to show you how to use the emblem. Let's follow this guideline. The other one is a bit different, but there's a video on the channel for that as well. So you're just going to buy this chief emblem for 10,000 ruins, and then you're going to return to the Cathedral Ward, where we'll continue the rest of the quest line. We're actually on our way to meet Eileen for the second time. Now the funny thing is, she only gets activated after you've opened up these gates. It's very cleverly thought out, actually. I actually think it's only this one gate, but for the video we're going to open up all three gates. So just follow what I'm doing here. Just run past these enemies. With some practice, it's pretty easy. This is the only way to get behind the gate from this side, or unless you follow the Bloodstaff Beast route, but we're not doing that. Just wait for a second, let those guys walk away. Open up this gate. Beware, there's a dog behind those stairs, but he didn't see me. So after you open up these gates, head back to the cathedral, and now you'll find Eileen standing on the ledge looking down into the graveyard, where she's going to tell you about Henrik the Mad Hunter.
Oh, hello there. Perfect timing. I must warn you not to go near the tomb below Oedon Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. Henrik, an old hunter, has gone mad. And he's my mark. Don't go near the tomb below Oedon Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. I have business there first.
Now, of course, she doesn't want us to go down to Oedon's chapel, but we're going to do this because we have to do this, unfortunately. There's a couple of ways you can lure Henrik out. You can go to the side building, lure him out from there, or you can do what I did here. This is actually the easiest method. Go down the stairs, get his attention, and run back up. Now, my friends, it's very important. Do not kill Eileen, and do not let Eileen be killed. Okay, so help her out, but try not to hit her, because she can become hostile and she can start attacking you. So it's very important that you do this very carefully. This will activate Henrik as an NPC that you can use during the Shadows of Yharnam fight and the Rom the Vacuous Spider fight. But it's very important that she does not get killed and that you don't hit her unnecessarily. So be very, very careful when you're doing this. This is important for her quest line. I'm going to show you a video at the end of the...
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then. He was falling apart, I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
Okay, from here on in we're going to move over to the next boss fight, which is Vicar Amelia in the Grand Cathedral. I don't know what Eileen does when she stays back here, but she kind of, I guess she kind of just looks out for more trouble and all that stuff. But next thing we have to do is go to the Grand Cathedral and defeat Vicar Amelia. Probably one of my favorite bosses when it comes to design. I still don't know what the hell she is. Is she a wolf? Is she a jackal? What the hell she is? But anyway, we're going to get through her very quickly, and then right after that we're going to move on to the Shadows of Yharnam. Now, I don't have a specific method to defeat this boss. I just take my whirligig saw, which is a DLC weapon, and I just hit the thing until she falls over. Again, my friends, I need to remind you, the quest line for Eileen cannot be started if you haven't spoken to her at any point in the game. You have to speak to her in the beginning, or at least on the side of the cathedral, like I did before she told me about Henrik that's gone mad. If you miss those two opportunities, the quest line will not be activated and it will be lost. And the only way you can restart this again is obviously by a new playthrough. But we are moving on to the Forbidden Woods. Remember, when you're done with Vicar Amelia, interact with the skull, with Lawrence's skull in the back of the cathedral. Otherwise, you won't get prompted to open up this door. I'm just going to rush through this area, very big area, very interesting area. But now, remember, because Henrik has been activated, he's been killed, now I can use him as an NPC during the Shadows of Yharnam fight. Now, for beginning Bloodborne players, it can be very helpful to have an NPC. You have an option of 2 NPCs that you can actually use. You can use Henrik, or you can use the Badaras twin, the butcher. in other words. But again, a couple of things has to be done before you can do this. We're going to head towards where Walter, the Master of the League, is, inside the little building. Now, if you played the game already, if you've done a playthrough previously, exhaust the conversation with him and he'll give you the Impurity Rune. It's this little blue rune. You get this the very first time you meet this character. Don't attack him, get the runes first. You equip that in your Cathedral Ward at the Memory Altar. Now, you need to have that equipped in order to have the ability to summon NPCs like Henrik, like the Mother Twin, like Damien, like all those people. Please remember that. Once you go for a second playthrough, it's not needed. You're just going to get a Bald Hunter's Mark every time you interact with them. But, that said, now we're going to head to the Shadows of Yharnam, and I'm going to summon Henrik to help me out with this fight. The reason he's probably the better choice for this fight is because he's very tough. He can take a wallop. I always compare him to a $1 nickel steak. You know, he's very tough. No wonder he became mad. But this is where you'll find his summoning sign if you followed the correct steps, like in this video. It's going to cost you 1 insight to get all yellow face. And then we're going to go kick the Shadows of Yharnam's asses. I mean, you can always, if you really struggle, you can summon him and the Mother Twin. So you can go 3 on 3 if you really want to. Nothing wrong with that, but we're only going to use Henrik for this one fight. Plus, I don't know if you noticed this, I did this as a HUDless video because it just looks cooler without the power bars and all that stuff. As per usual, I'm using my Saw Cleaver and my Whirligig Saw with Beast Blood Pellets and Fire Paper just for some extra boost against these characters. Be very careful when there's only one of the shadows left, because then the summoning of the snakes can happen. And those big snakes can be quite a handful. So at this point I was hanging back just a little bit to let you guys see what Henrik can do as an NPC. I think they did manage to call the snake once. Over here. Damn snakes. And then we're going to move on to Byrgenwerth, where again you can summon Henrik. And you can use him for the Rom fight. Now there's various ways you can fight Rom the Vacuous Spider. You can go for the kill immediately, or you can do what I always recommend to people if you're playing the game for the first time. Take care of the little spiders first, because Rom has 3 phases. If he goes into his 3rd phase, there's probably going to be like 30 little spiders surrounding him if he didn't start off killing all the little spiders. So for safety reasons, kill the spider, kill all the little spiders, and then go for Rom. But here we have another lovely NPC which could be quite a handful. The Choir Hunter. I made easy work of her because I just hit that very hard, but she can be very tough. Don't be fooled. Get rid of her first before you summon Henrik. Pick up the Luminarium key at the top here. Now you'll notice there's a summoning sign over here as well. This is Mensis, the Mensis Scholar. We don't want to use him. We want to use Henrik. You'll find his summoning sign over here. Again, remember, you can only see these summon signs if you have the Impurity Rune that you picked up from Walter in a previous playthrough or your first playthrough, equipped on your memory. Otherwise, it will not show. I do sometimes get comments on my videos here where people say the video is incomplete. It's not. It's probably the people forwarding the video and not listening, not watching the video. So I try and make these videos as complete as possible because I feel it's important, because Bloodborne deserves good content. So I'm just going to hit Rom twice to activate the little spiders, get rid of these little buggers. Be very careful. As you can see, their heads are made of stone, so if they headbutt you, it's not going to hurt, it's probably going to kill you. Henrik didn't get the memo. He started hitting Rom on his big head. It's funny, they call him Rom the vacuous spider, but he kind of looks like a phallic symbol to me. It looks like a penis. Okay, let's get done with him. Now the reason we've come to Rom is because everything changes after you've defeated Rom the vacuous spider. Things happened now in central Yharnam. So we're going to be taken to the Yargul Unseen village, but then we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream. We'll see something different now. And this is also the last time we see Henrik in the game, but trust me, my friends, he's really helpful. If you're playing the game for the first time and you're struggling with both these two bosses, he really helps out a lot. So once you get to this area, just run down to the lantern, light it, go back to the Hunter's Dream. We will notice something a little bit funny now. If you go to the first headstone and you click on the Grand Cathedral, it says not functioning at the moment. So something's wrong there. Go to the Cathedral Ward and you'll meet Eileen for the third time. And I'm still not sure what happened to her, but knowing how tough the Crow of Cainhurst is, it kind of makes sense, but let's listen.
Oh, is that you again? I'm afraid I've made a bit of a blunder. I'm just going to have a short rest. Oh, don't worry. I've taken blood. Enough to save an old woman. No more dreams for me. This is my last chance. What a fool I am. I'll have to tread carefully. But that thing still lies in wait. Turn back. This is my score to settle. My prey lies in wait this way. Turn back. This is my score to settle.
I did notice as I was editing the video, the top of that cathedral actually looks like an eyeball. And I mean, eyeballs are found a lot in the game of Bloodborne, but just the design of that thing is it's very interesting. Always find something new to see. Don't be fooled by this guy. He's probably the hardest NPC that I've ever fought in my life. The biggest or the best advice I can give you is use numbing mist, throw it at him as fast as you can to make sure he does not heal. Be very careful of his visceral attacks, be very careful of his pistol. He's a very dangerous character and he can kill you very quickly. Okay. Now once you're done with him, you're going to have one last conversation with Eileen. Basically the quest line is complete now, but I'll tell you after this.
Don't you ever listen to your elders. No matter. You did save my life. I don't seem to be apt for this life anymore. My glory days were long ago now. I know. Here. For you. This too is hunter's work. But it bears no honour. A burden you may choose to carry. The decision is yours alone. Oh. My eyes grow heavy. Let me rest a while. I'll be fine. Just wait.
Now, after the quest line has been completed, like I said, if you did the whole thing, she gives you her Carol Ruin. You gain access to buying her weapons, which is the Blades of Mercy that I'm using here, and you can get access to her full garb, the mask, the garb that prowses, and the gauntlets. I think you're going to need about 100,000 ruins to buy everything, including the weapon, which you can use, which is a very good arcane weapon, the Blades of Mercy. I think the thing I like the most about it is how much it picks up speed the more you use it in an attack. And then, of course, this is the beak mask and the crow feather garb, the gauntlets, and the shoes that you can buy. Like I said, it's going to cost you about 84,000 ruins, give or take. Take 100. But I did include what happens if you did not follow the quest line, and if you killed, if Eileen got killed by the Crow of Cainest. But I didn't and of course there's the Hunter's Carol Ruin, which it's actually a very nice aid for stamina. It repairs your stamina very quickly. So I'm just going to show you what happens if you spoke to Eileen, but she got killed by Henrik. Then things turn out a little bit differently. This is still the normal quest line. Once you return, she's gone. She's not here. So she either got up and walked away, or she just disappears forever. We don't know. This is what happens if you fight Eileen, and if she got killed by Henrik, then her dialogue is a little bit different. Now she's become the crazy hunter, and but this is not the one we want. We want the full nice one. I mean, Eileen is a nice lady, and I think she deserves not to be killed. Don't be fooled. If you fight her, she's quite hateful. But yes, my friends, very long, lengthy quest line, but I think it's pretty decent in that way. It explains very well how to get Eileen's quest line done completely. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for all the comments. I do find them very humorous sometimes. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and good hunting, my friends. See you in the next one.